Bi'ur Mishnah Zayin. An explanation for Mishnah Zayin. And here comes the thing that we discussed yesterday. Beit Shammai Omrim, the house of Shammai says, Ein mochrim lanochri. Continues with his logic, the house of Shammai, even when it comes to decrees. By the way, everything here is also decrees because it's Erev Shabbat. The house of Shammai over here is worried about Erev Shabbat.
Decrees? What decrees?
If you ask us Shabbat, is this mitzvah from the Torah or mitzvah from the rabbis? The question is, which one is it? So Beit Shammai says, Ein mochrim lanochri, you're not allowed to sell to a non-Jew, even to a non-Jew, be'erev Shabbat, Friday evening, ve'en to'anim imo, you're not allowed to, let's say you sell bricks, and he comes over with his donkey, you're not allowed to put bricks on his donkey. We're not allowed to help him to put the bricks on his donkey. Ve'en omsim im hanochri masal hachamor, you don't put the bricks with the non-Jew on his donkey, even though it's Friday night. Ve'en magbihim alav, or let's say he is carrying it by himself, so you're not allowed to load it on his shoulders. En magbihim masal ktefo shel hanochri, you're not allowed to load the bricks on the goy's shoulder. Why? Why not allowed to do this, all the thing? Again, it says, it's marisain. Oh. It says, everybody sees that this non-Jew, they know that his home is like 2 hours away, and this is only an hour before Shabbat. It's like you are helping him to do work on Shabbat. It looks like you're helping him. You start, because the job is going to be finished when?
After Shabbat, or during Shabbat.
During Shabbat. What do you mean the job is going to get finished? Now you have to go back. Which job is going to get finished?
The transport of this load.
But what kind of job is this? Is that a job?
It's a job for the ass, the donkey.
Anybody? That's not a job.
It's the
private to public
close.
domain.
Oh, very good. We already learned it. It is a job. If you start the job on the private domain and you end in the public domain, or you start, and over here you're starting the job on a private domain. You're going to go through a public domain, and you're going to end up in a private domain in the end. It's a job that gets to start from beginning to end. So you're doing a job. So he says you're starting a job. So since you're starting a job, it looks like you're helping the non-Jew do half the job in Shabbat.
Are we worried about non-Jews doing work on Shabbos?
No, but you started it. It says patur. You patur. There's no obligation for you.
Yeah,
you're doing only half. Aval asur, but you're forbidden to do it. That's what he says.
By the rabbi.
Even though over here you started it on Friday, it says, but the gzera, if it's a decree, it says, I'm not even allowed you to start a thing that finishes during Shabbat. You're not even allowed to start it on a Friday.
But you can let him load his own donkey
Of
and
course.
take it away.
Over here he says even better than that. You're not able to sell him. Even not helping him, don't even sell him the product. Because just selling him the product is the beginning of the loading and the unloading. Even if you don't doing it, he's taking it by himself. Even that's a problem according to Beit Shammai. Ela, when are you allowed to do such a thing? כדי שיגיע למקום קרוב. You'll be allowed to do it as long as he lives close by where he can reach his destination before Shabbat. כלומר, שיהיה המקום שהנוכרי הולך לשם עם הסעוד, at the place that the non-Jew is going to go there with his load, קרוב, close, עד שיוכל להגיע שם מבעוד יום, until he's able to get there when it's still daylight. שאם לא כן, because what is he worried about? יחשדו הרואים שהנוכרי הולך בשליחותו של ישראל. Those who are going to see are going to think, you know what the problem is? He's your worker, and you are telling your worker or your slave, or whatever you want to say, you're telling him to work for you on Shabbos. That's what people are going to be thinking. They're not going to know he's the customer, it's his product. That's what they're worried about. So therefore he made a decree, don't even do that. Because he's worried about work that gets done on Shabbat. And people are going to see your factory bricks running around in the street with a worker, They don't know he bought it. So it's a problem. Look, Mr. Cohen over there is letting his workers work on Shabbat.
I tell you, I understand the theory for this, but the theory for the other one,
What's the other
I
one?
don't understand. The לעקור בשבת, כאילו, because he's a goy. What do you care?
You started the job.
It's like
אבל he is a goy, he's not Jewish.
But you started the job.
it's like
Because you helped him or you sold him?
Let me ask you a question. You remember our Mishnah with the Balabait and the Ani?
Okay.
Let's say the Ani is a goy.
He's a goy.
It's the same thing. The Ani is a goy. What do you care? You're not allowed to start it. What are you starting it for?
Because he okay.
That's right.
Okay.
The Ani is.
Got you, okay.
ובית הלל מתירים, and the house of Hillel permitted, למכור לנוכרי, to sell to the non-Jew, ולטעון עמו ולהגביה עליו, the whole thing they allow, to load with him, to load on a donkey, אף אם הוא הולך למקום רחוק, even if he's going to go and get to his destination on Shabbat, שלא יגיע אליו אלא משתכשך ברם, but even בית הלל is still worried. To what extent? צריך שהנוכרי יצא מביתו של הישראל מבעוד יום. He needs to get out of your domain before Shabbos. Again, why? מראית עין. You're not doing any מלאכה of Shabbat.
אחרת הוא יעקור.
He doesn't have a problem. It's not my product. I'm
Oh,
only
you sold
worried.
it to him,
I'm
so it's
only. Even according to Beit Hillel, it's not my product. But Beit Hillel is worried that it looks like.
כן.
Even I think Beit Hillel also says it's only the Rabbanan. It's not the Oraisa. But the Rabbanan by Beit Hillel, if you would have done it on Shabbat, you would have been chayav. You've been obligated. That's what he's worried about. שלא יחשדו בו. Over here, Beit Hillel is worried not that you did anything wrong for Shabbat. You didn't do nothing wrong on Shabbat. You didn't go any melacha of Shabbat. Beit Shammai says maybe you participated in a Shabbat melacha. Beit Hillel says you didn't participate in Shabbat melacha, but people are going to be thinking that you're selling stuff on Shabbat. The guy is coming out of your house on Shabbat with the products. They say you sold it to him on Shabbat. That's what it looks like. Going to give you wrong impression, even though he bought it 2 hours ago.